Americans love their trucks, and nothing is more American than the classic look of a Chevrolet C10 pickup. Today on Motorhead Garage, we'll show you some great ways to keep your classic truck looking brand new. All that and more coming up next.
This is Motorhead Garage, presented by Top Coat, and this is a very cool episode because we have this 1970 Chevy C10 truck. It's a great looking truck on the outside. It's cool on the inside too, I think, because it's really like a time machine. I mean, this is what it looked like 50 years ago, except for a couple of changes. And 3-point seat belts have been added to make this thing safer, and the owner has whited out some of the gauges on the dash to give it a cooler look. But speaking of cooler look, Dave is here from Brothers Trucks, and we're going to do a little bit of gussying up on the interior here. What do you have in store for today?
Well, we're going to go ahead and we're going to make this a little bit more comfortable, and we're going to upgrade little things. We're going to take our carpeting out. We're going to go ahead and put some sound deadening in, get it nice and quiet so we can hear our speakers better. We're going to go ahead and get our seat in a more comfortable position so it's a lot easier to drive. I got a few other little blings that I'm going to go ahead and show for you too.
Very cool. So obviously we need to pull everything out and start from the ground up, right?
Right, yeah, you've only got a few bolts on the bottom. It's no big deal. We'll be out of there in no time at all.
Let's get started with carpet.
Right on.
All right, one of the first things we're going to do is put some tape down because we didn't want to mess up the paint here.
Right, you're always going to be careful scratching up your paint. You don't want to do damage when you're trying to upgrade.
And then we take the sill plates off because those are our original equipment.
Right.
We don't want to scratch those up. We want to keep those fresh.
Yeah, right. Even if we're going to be putting new sill plates on, I still like to save that stuff because sometimes I'll put it on a patina truck or something like that. Maybe one of my buddies can use it. So always keep everything.
And then, of course, it was time to take the seats out, and you noticed a couple of things as we looked around the original bench seat. A couple things were missing.
The bolts out, yeah, several bolts missing. I understand when you're putting things back together, you might just go, okay, I just got to stick a couple of bolts in here, but be safe. Put all your bolts in.
Safe ride for sure.
Right.
And then the seat belts are sticking through, so we had to work on those.
Right, just push them on through and unbolt them.
Yep.
Yeah.
The trickiest part here, we had the bolt holding the seat belts down.
Right.
It was a tough angle to get to.
Yeah, the 3-point bolt system has that extra bolt on the side that kind of gets in your way. So you can take that off or just the bracket like I did because I was honestly a little lazy.
Now, we had taken the passenger side sill plate off because that's the side we took the seat out of.
Right.
Now it's time to get the carpet off, so we took the second sill plate off.
Right.
Again, same deal.
Yeah.
Saving that as the original, making sure we still had it in good shape. Now, there were some speakers already under the seat here, so we had to contend with those.
Right, yeah, just be careful. Always stuff hiding underneath there, so don't just grab stuff and rip it out. Take your time and watch for little things that are going to snag you.
There's nothing like a project where you get partway into it and you pull a wire thinking it doesn't do anything or doesn't mean anything. And
right. Now you got more work.
You got it.
Right.
Yeah, work smarter, not harder.
Right.
I love it. Finally, time for the carpet to come out. This is the original carpet. It was in decent shape.
It was in real good shape for the age. Yeah, crazy good.
Came out a lot easier than I thought it would. I thought it'd be a little more rotten. So.
Yeah. I think time machine description you had was absolutely perfect.
Cool, and then which leads us to the sound deadening material that was underneath. I thought we would pull that carpet up and just see a mess, a gooey mess of who knows what.
Oh, yeah. Normally that is what you'll find. You normally find glue, rust, all kinds of stuff down there. So what you're going to want to do is clean that up really, really well, because what we're going to be doing is sticking on some sound deadener, and sound deadener does not stick to dirt, rust, and everything else. So we get in there, we use degreaser. Degreaser also does not like to stick to stuff. So after we use the degreaser, I like to use a wax and grease. In a pinch, you can use carburetor cleaner, brake cleaner, and get that clean. Then go ahead and blow it all off. It has to be absolutely dry in order to have that stick.
We want to make sure this is totally dry to put our stuff in, so let's get to it. We'll finish blowing this out. Dave's going to do that during the break. We will be right back to show you more on the interior of this cool Chevy C10 right after this on Motorhead Garage, presented by Top Coat. Hit it.